Welcome to the 4th annual Grifties and the first ever live Grifty Awards. And now for your hosts, Uncle Hotep and Hotep Jesus.
Yo, no George, but I can't even breathe in this joint.
That's fucked up. He working on that Coon of the Year award.
Black people, am I right?
We've got some great categories tonight, including athlete.
We'll say what's up to your dad.
Seasons COVID-19.
Who did you want? Hamlin? Hamlin's a sleeper. Hamlin's a sleeper.
Female, musical, celebrity, people's political grifty, the Hall of Fame, and a surprise category.
Y'all see we professional. We got the teleprompter and shit. And of course, the one everyone is waiting for, Grifter of the Year award.
From podcasts to movies.
DJ Protocol.
Yeah, DJ, that's the time to do it.
This is not a grift. I really think Lil Nas X is a gay demon.
How dare you?
Unlike most modern award shows, none of these women have penises.
Women shouldn't speak anyways.
Y'all picked the blackest room for a black. Paint the walls white so I can see y'all next time.
All coons look alike to me.
Some of you white people too. Some of y'all look like you came from 8 Mile.
We're halfway through, no one's been shot yet.
But I gotta say, at the Grifty Awards, there's only one person more arrogant, more self-assured than me, and that's Hotep Jesus.
Grifter of the Year. Clap it up for old Uncle Hotep.
Hopefully my kids will watch this and be inspired and stuff like that.
Fuck them kids.
I'm looking for my wallet. I'm like, oh, thank God he didn't take it. Thank God.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of Hotep Nation. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of the happenings on the streets, be they the Twitter streets, the YouTube streets, or the streets of Exton, Pennsylvania, may not be disseminated without express written consent from Hotep Nation. If you can't come up with your own award shows, show segments, merch, or other product ideas, just give us a call. Hotep Nation is more than happy to help you grow your brand if the price is right. But stop stealing our shit. Come up with some original ideas or cut the check. Or at least drop a super chat. Damn. You really think we don't know you're watching?
The views expressed by guests are their own, and their appearance on the program does not imply an endorsement of them or any entity they represent. Views and opinions expressed by Hotep Jesus are those of Hotep Jesuses and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Hotep Nation or any of its officials. If you have any questions about this disclaimer, please contact our Office of General Counsel via the sheet of the town. And Hotep and them.
The Grift Report starts right now.
2, 1, boom. Hotep Jesus.
Of all the Jesuses I know, he's the Hotepiest. Social scientist and YouTube host, Hotep Jesus.
How the fuck do you get a name like Hotep Jesus?
The one and only Hotep Jesus.
Ryan Sharp, better known to the world as Hotep Jesus.
Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Somebody said, what do you think you are, some kind of Hotep Jesus?
Ooh,
And I
that's
was
good.
just like, ooh, that's sexy. Yes, I do think I'm Hotep Jesus.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending on where you are in the world. Welcome to the Grift Report, live Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern. I'm your host, the Grift God.
Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Hotep to the chat, Hotep to the Hotepistanis.
Hotep.
What's up, family? Hold on a second. Let me get me right real fast. There we go. There we go. Got a new screens and whatnot. Got to get the summertime vibes for the chat. So when you're here, you feel like you're on vacation, you know? I'm going to sneak the bottles in here on the left on the next version. But it's summertime in Hotepistan.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Who's in the chat? Tim Taylor, Bluntstep, Kelson, Bro Godzilla, Strong Dad, Hotep Yatu Savez, Robert Jones, Mr. Seven Crown, DJ Protocol, Hotep Daxter said, HJ, the members only yesterday was too real. It got a little spicy. We had to make it members only. It was a little too juicy. A little too juicy just to have that thing hanging out there loose booty for everybody to get some. Pause. Angelia, what's up? Strong Dad, what's happening? Haram Life from our whole horse Daxter. Jay Polon, you know, we're just doing roll call. Yesterday I was talking about Hotep Con and I made a big boo-boo. A really big boo-boo. I think I said it was in August. It's not in August. It's in October. First week of October. October 3rd to the 6th. Miami, Florida, Hotep Con. Hopefully you guys will be joining us. Waiting on Renee to pump out that flyer. Once that flyer is pumped out, tickets will go on sale. Inky in the house. Dr. Inky's in the house. I'll be with Dr. Inky tonight at 8 p.m. Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. So yeah, Hotep Con, October 3rd to the 6th. We're going to have, I'll tell you guys the show schedule. So basically it goes, Hotep's Been Told You live. I'm trying to book Hotep Been Told You live on the balcony. Okay. We're changing the vibe this year. We're going to go live on the balcony. Friday day, pool party. Friday night, game night. And maybe karaoke, depending on how the vote goes. We're going to be a bit democratic with Friday night. Saturday day is a free day. You get to do whatever you want, hang out. And Saturday night, yacht party. So if you guys want to come, kick it with the Hoteps. Honorable guests of honor, however that goes, to be announced. So type in the chat who y'all want to see at Hotep Con. Type their name in the chat. We'll see if we can get them out there. You know, maybe you guys want Nigga Girl to be there or somebody else. I don't know. But let's make that happen. You enjoyed that Inky stream? I got another one. In the hopper. We still ain't loaded the new one yet. I'm still letting that old one cook. You know?
I wish all the black people were as smart as Hotep Jesus. And I wish all the white people were as smart as Hotep Jesus. And I wish all the Hispanics were as smart as Hotep Jesus. Because that guy, he really gets it. He knows how to boil it down.
Sonny Johnson will be there. Sonny Johnson will definitely be there. You know, I'm booking Sonny just because I need to have Sonny around. You know. Andrew Tate. Maybe we'll get Andrew Tate to show up at Hotep Con. Who knows? But let's go ahead. Let's cleanse the chat. We got to cleanse the chat. We need a little bit of laughter to start the day. Get us in the mood for the Grift Report. And there's only one team that can do this consistently. And that's the AOC Saul team. They got a new clip. Tomorrow's Woke Wednesday. So we'll see the new episode tomorrow. But they got a little medley lined up for us. Let's take a look.
Fauci tells me COVID's back. Vax it like it's hot. Vax it like it's hot. Vax it like it's hot. When I feel the COVID coming. Vax it like it's hot. Vax it like it's hot. Vax it like it's hot. Bill Gates says get boosted. Vax it like it's hot. Vax it like it's hot. Vax it like it's hot. Vaccine in my arm. And I got my mask on. Drive alone with a mask, cause COVID's going on. I'm vaccinated 17 times. Get my boosters. Check to sick rhyme. Social credit score. Through the fucking roof. Peep my vax card. If you want some proof. Myocarditis. Fucking heart attack. Can't be worse than COVID. Give me that fucking vax. Listen to the government. Got my chin diaper. Always masked up. 80 booster shots. Soon as I wake up, socialism's back. That's a fucking wrap. So get your vax now or get in the fucking camp. Drop that new COVID variant, homies.
AOC Saul does it again. Make sure y'all go out, get your boosters and all of that. Go get your booster shots. Don't miss out. Oh, man. Vax it like it's hot. New jam coming out of AOC Saw. Make sure y'all get AOC Saw. I posted a play. You know, we bet on meme coins. I posted a play. I got an insider. I got an insider who tells me what's gonna happen and what to play. So sometimes I share it with you guys in the chat. If you want to do that, join the description box below. I put that in the chat. Got a nice little 33% out of it. Got in, get out, like a bad hooker. You know what I mean? Bars, right? The neck twirl got you. Oh man, that was an amazing joint. Shout out to Dr. Fauci and everybody holding us down. Holding us down like we in a swimming pool. Anyway. Now let's cleanse the chat with a little bit of words of wisdom. Strong Dad June, date 25. Strong Dad June's almost over. Let's take a listen.
Strong Dad June, day number 25, and today I'm talking directly to the younger men who see being a father and a husband in their future. Listen, you can attract a worthy woman by becoming a worthy man, by becoming a man of the future who is forward-thinking, always in a mindset of progression. You eventually become a magnet for this same type of woman. And listen, I know that you think or have been led to believe that the hypersexual energy that we can put off, that's what it takes. But hypersexual energy with no masculine traits of leadership behind it only result in you becoming a hoe magnet or a magnet for women who have no idea what they want. And yeah, it can get hard out there in these streets. It can be difficult. The dating world is rough, and I feel for you. But it is much better that you be this man and struggle to find a suitable woman than becoming a hoe magnet who gets, now you get to feel the essence of every other hoe magnet she's stuck to. Now you share that essence with all of them. And listen, if you don't have that kind of patience or you don't agree, then wrap it up and be safe, because this advice just ain't for you. Happy Strong Dad June.
Valuable message there from Strong Dad. It's true though. It's true. I tweeted earlier this week. I said when something along the lines of when a man finds divine masculine, he'll naturally attract divine feminine. Let's see if I can find that tweet before I butcher my own work. Here we go. Right here. He who becomes the ultimate masculine will attract the ultimate feminine. This goes back to, interracial dating, right? People say, oh, the white woman, she'll, what do they say? She'll submit, the black woman will submit to the white man and all this other stuff. And really it just comes down to, I think it got some paper. But it's different types, right? It's different types. It depends on what the woman is looking for, right? So with the white girl, she's, maybe grew up in an affluent household. So money's not going to impress her. So when she sees a black man, she's attracted to his physical masculinity, right? The aura that hip hop rap masculine gives off, where you just won't find in white boys unless they've been, hoodified. But for the black girl, she been around all the hood niggas. So she's jaded to that masculine energy. She's looking for a provider. Now, if you can be both masculine and a provider, well, you can get any woman you want. But that's what it's going to take sometimes to get a woman to fall into her divine feminine. Or because you are so masculine, such a provider, you will only attract ultra feminine women. The rest of them will fall away. These is just the facts. These is just the facts. All right. I'm about to update this. I was just texting Alex. Sorry, I'm working and texting and doing a show at the same time. I'm so sorry. This just absolutely unprofessional, Hotep Jesus. Anyway, metaphor the moment of the day. Let's go to the chatters. What are the chatters saying? Masculine women hate me low key. Really? That's a good thing, probably. No masculine white rockers. Well, there are, right? You know, I think that could be possible, as long as you're not, you know, wearing your nails painted and all that weird stuff. You know, some Marilyn Manson type shit. Yeah. Tari said he doesn't have that kind of patience. Yeah. We're not going to talk about Hawk Tour on this show. We got more important things to discuss. Like, what do men want? What is it that men want? And I'm going to show you right here how women don't know shit. They don't know shit. And we enable this. Let's take a look.
Men are really simple creatures.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
All they want, if you want to keep a man, he likes respect, keep his balls drained, keep his stomach fed, and give him peace.
That was actually
That was what?
that was my question for the panel. I was going to ask, what do men want? She just literally named every single thing.
Men are really simple.
This is terrible. I used to repeat this garbage once upon a time. Then I grew up. Let me tell you something, okay? This is not true. What she just said is not true. What she just said is the bare minimum. That is the bare minimum. Okay? And this is what's going to lead you down a very dark path when you're dating. Okay? Men have lowered their standards so far, the bar is in hell. The bar is in hell. We have to require more from women than draining our nuts. I can get my nuts drained anywhere, right? I'll make one phone call, get my nuts drained. It's not hard, right? Food. I can call fucking Uber Eats, or I can go to a restaurant. I can get myself some food. What I need from a woman is for her to know herself.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
I need a woman to know herself. See, this is where we start raising the bar. If you want to know a woman that knows herself, she'll have a hobby.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Okay? The first thing you need to require from a woman is the fact that she has a hobby. If you talk to a woman and she ain't got no hobbies, it's a red flag.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
It's a red flag. She won't be able to give you peace. See, women with hobbies bring you peace because through their hobbies, they have peace. Usually a woman can't give you peace because she don't got no hobbies. So that means she is dealing with tumultuous thoughts. The devil is running through her idle mind. So she takes her off time and spends it bothering you. I need my woman to understand human biology. I said this the other day, I need my woman to understand what feeds gut biome and what destroys gut biome. I need my woman to understand nutrition. You see, you cooking, but if what you cooking is killing me, then I don't need you cooking for me.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
I need my woman to have motherly traits. I need her to have nurturing traits. If I don't see nurturing traits, if I go over a house and she got a pooch and the pooch loves me more than loves her, it lets me know she not a good mama. Because why your dog love me more than love you? Dog want to come home with me. Old mangy thing, ain't been to the groomer, head nappy, skinny as shit, you ain't been feeding them right, ass stink. So we've got to raise the bar. We cannot keep repeating this shit about drain the balls, give them peace, and cook. No, bitch. I need you to pick up a biology book. I need you to take a class with Dr. Inky or something. We've got to require more, man. We've got to require more. And it starts today. Am I lying, chat? Am I lying? Huh? Yeah, good luck. They're going to need it. They're going to need it. Shout out to the Rumblers, Rumbling, Jay Pylon. What's up, K? K over there over on Rumble. Shout out to my Rumblers, Rumbling. These are just facts. These are just facts. Let's go to everybody's favorite segment, Grifter of the Day. Now, there is a good side of the grift. Then there is the dark side of the grift. We want to illustrate both. Today, I want to bring to y'all the brighter side of the grift. Introducing Little Kemet. These folks down here in Toomsboro, GA, have purchased 108 acres of land. And it's called Little Kemet. You know what this reminds me of? Hotepistan.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to take a look at this image here. I want you to take that guy with the microphone in his hand. I want you to replace that and put Strong Dad there. That Strong Dad giving our inaugural speech the day we open up Hotepistan. And we have our hundreds of acres of land where we build the first megalithic structure, or the largest megalithic structure in America. 90% of our land will just be to reconstruct a megalithic structure. We will have a pyramid that you can see from outer space. Nah, I'm playing. We probably just going to be growing plants and shit. We're going to have some cows and some chickens. Shooting range, a recording studio so we can grift. Film studio so we can make movies, and much, 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 much more. But it's good to see people building their own city within a city. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So this is the light side of the grift, and I cannot wait to be a part of that. We have another grifter. And wokeness says elementary school kids running for class president don't even do this. This is how dumb they think you are. And this is the video here. Let's play the video. All right. Saw this video over the weekend. Looks like she's having some sort of rally, political rally, trying to rally the troops to go out and vote. Vote for your favorite grifter. Grifties.com. But I was confused. I was perplexed because people were making fun of AOC for this clip. And I'm saying to myself, what exactly wrong? What's wrong with this clip? I don't understand what there is to complain about. This, again, is the woke right. The woke right are so entrenched in Puritanism that they don't know how to connect at a cultural level with the people. If you're having a rally and it's hot, it's a beautiful day, you want to hype the crowd up. You want to transfer some sort of energy to the audience before you give your long, boring ass speech. If you ever go to Gutfeld, right? There's this dude, he's mad cool, really funny. But his job is to like act a whole ass to wake the people up and get them moving and get them excited before the show begins. This is basic human psychology here. This is basic event protocol. And I just think sometimes the woke right feel left out because they're not cool. And that's sad because AOC isn't exactly the coolest chick on the block. It's not like she got mad riz. But it's like that. Out of all the things you could make news out of, you know, a Spanish girl in New York wilding out on stage, that's what y'all got? It's really weird to me how this became news. Not what she said, not her speech, not her policies, her hyping up the crowd. I'm confusion. I am confusion. But that's, you know, they look for anything to complain about. Speaking of something to complain about, this has taken woke right victimhood to new heights. Michael Cernovich responds to this video right here. Let's play this video first. It's a little experiment. Some of you may have seen this.
Are you vaccinated or unvaccinated?
I am vaccinated.
You think other people could guess that?
I wouldn't see why not.
Do you think that this guy is vaccinated or unvaccinated?
I think he's vaccinated.
Why?
Because he's white. He's following the trend of people being vaccinated. Just liberal, man. Let's keep it simple.
Are you vaccinated or unvaccinated?
I'm unvaccinated.
You're unvaccinated?
I am.
Why?
Because I don't want that foreign stuff in my system. It may be some poison. No, thank you.
You think other people could guess that?
Could guess what?
That you're unvaccinated.
Yeah, they should know that man there is not vaccinated. He with that shit.
Do you think that this guy is vaccinated or unvaccinated?
I don't know. Probably unvaccinated.
Why?
I don't know. That's just the guess I'd make.
Is it because he's black?
No.
Why would you make that guess?
I don't know. You tell me.
What? Well, you're the one that said it, so that's why I'm asking you.
I don't know. Just the general appearance, something like that.
Are you vaccinated or unvaccinated?
I am vaccinated.
You think other people could guess that?
Maybe. Who knows?
Do you think that this guy is vaccinated?
I think he is.
Why?
He looked like a douchebag.
White liberals took that vax. Black men said, no, thank you. Miss me with that shit. But woke right victimhood enters the fray. Michael Cernovich says during the vaccination push, it was not allowed to be said that blacks had the lowest compliance rates. Good for them. The media would report by area. You'd look it up and rates would be 25% or so. Okay. So far, so good. Nobody accused them of killing grandma. That was reserved for whites. That was reserved for whites. So when they said you're killing grandma, they were talking about only white people. Cernovich has taken grifting to heights I never knew were possible. What the hell is he talking about? What is he talking about? You are oppressed because they told you might kill grandma? Jeff said, just came over from the Dr. Inky interview. Shit is hilarious. Yo, salute, man. Appreciate you. To my white constituents of Hotepistan, did you feel like you were being targeted based upon your skin color when they said you were killing grandma if you didn't get vaccinated? Did you feel like you were targeted and singled out? Tari said, these woke right takes be killing me. Bro, I am confusion. What the hell is going on. He wanted the first guy and he's frustrated. Come on, Goldstein. Cerno Grift. I just want to understand. That's all. Because that's the thing. Usually when you understand something, it stops bothering you. But I don't understand. So I'm really bothered by this. Blunt says, absolutely. It was awful, HJ. You're a victim. You're oppressed. Jeff said, Cernovich is out of his damn mind. Get your boy. But it gets better. It gets better. When you scroll down, replies are off. Verified accounts or accounts mentioned, but only about Cernovich can reply. Come on, Cernovich. Let the people weigh in. Did I see Nigga Girl's video about Daily Liar? No, I did not. Revert Dre said he wrote Gorilla Mindset. Oh, don't get us started.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Is this Gorilla Mindset? Oh my God. It's supposed to be a nice, beautiful white boy summer. And it's turning into victim summer. We got a lot of work to do, man. We got a lot of work to do. I don't know what we're going to do, man. I don't know if we're going to make it. Hold on. Checking my text messages again to see. I've been annoying the shit out of Alex to fix this screen you see here in front of you. Julian Assange. Julian Assange is a free man. And I'm going to tell you why I'm laughing in a second. I was listening to Cannon Hotep earlier, and Cannon said the only reason why Julian Assange got the plea deal is because Trump said he was going to pardon him if he became president, so the Biden administration tried to get ahead of it. I like that take. I like this take better. Goldstein says, I used to be one of those people that believed this guy was a hero, but upon further study, I realized that wasn't the case, and now I'm certain of it. Shout out to the works of Willie Loman 1 and Aunt B on this subject. So let's, real quick, so we're going to talk about this in depth with these two guests today on the Twitter Spaces at 4:15 p.m. Make sure y'all tune in Twitter Spaces, and they're going to expose Julian Assange. But why am I laughing? I'm laughing because our guests today are on my block list.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Scott Creighton and Aunt Bibi are both blocked. I have them blocked. I don't know what could happen. Only thing, I don't remember why I blocked Scott. But I blocked Aunt Bibi because Aunt Bibi said, because I was on Fox News, I'm a CIA plant. She believes I'm an op. She believes that I'm deep state. I'm Langley. Because I appear on Fox too much. So I must be Langley. And that's when I knew this lady was off her rocker. So going into this conversation, I'm already looking at whatever she got to say a little weird. Because if you're going to expose Julian Assange, but when you try to expose me just off the fact that I was on Fox, I don't know if I can trust your opinions. I'm going to just be honest. So she better come with some good evidence, because I'm going to light her ass up. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to light her ass up. I'm going to light Aunt Bibi's ass up the moment she says some stupid shit. I think the lady's fucking nuts. I'll be honest. I'll say it. I think she's fucking lost her mind. He said, damn, they got HJ. Yeah, they clone me. Scott is one of Unc's go-to accounts. Yeah, these is Unc's peoples. They love Unc. Haram like said, worst Fox plan ever. I gotta be the worst plan ever, bro. So, you know, I guess, you know, my thing with Julian Assange was the whole WikiLeaks thing happened, and then, you know, he exposed Hillary and emails and all that other stuff, and, you know, the information was valuable. We loved it. Trump, you know, the whole 2015, 2016, he gets locked up. Hashtag free Julian Assange. So let's go to my profile and let's just type in Assange from Hotep Jesus, because I don't remember if I even tweeted about this guy. So let's see what I said. Are we going to talk about the government cutting off Julian Assange internet for exposing Hillary? I had no idea I had the power to save Julian Assange from my iPhone. Okay, so here we go. This was my opinion, right? So somebody here says Julian Assange is about to get sent to the U.S. and murdered now. There, I saved the world with one tweet. So basically what happened was, this post is from somebody that no longer exists. But they were telling me, they were like, Hotep Jesus, why don't you talk about Julian Assange? And I'm just like, I'm not connected. I'm not who Aunt Bibi thinks I am. I don't have connections. I can't call nobody and be like, yo, can you just pardon Julian Assange? I don't have that power. I just don't have it. But I've tweeted it before. I'm like, yo, I've tweeted, here you go. Free Julian Assange. You happy now? Then here's an interesting tweet. January 20th, 2021. Sometimes I feel like the only person living in reality. Why did people think Trump would pardon Assange and Snowden? I knew that wasn't going to happen. Why didn't everyone else? Wishful thinking? Hype? I don't even know how I came to that conclusion. Here's another one. Somebody saying, how come you never talk about Julian Assange? So I typed it 5 times. There you go. Julian Assange, Julian Assange, Julian Assange. Let me know if there's anything else I can do for you. Like, what's up with these people? It's May 1st, 2019. If U.S. interferes with Venezuela, I'm done. I'm already fucked Trump 2020 if he doesn't free Assange. I said he's not going to free Assange. He can't. That's UK business. So I was telling you about the Bretton situation back in 2019. Sometimes I forget, how much I knew. And Venezuela is going to get the Libya treatment. Oh, my God. Zion will have it no other way. Oh, man.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother. 2021,
Lil Wayne, easy. Assange, not so much. And that's about it from me on Assange. That's all you get from me, Assange. So I was never bought in on the whole let's free Julian Assange thing. I was just like, they got his ass. He got to go to court and good luck to him. But I was never one of these. And the thing was, it's not that I didn't have an opinion on Assange. I just never thought about him. I was too busy studying other things, like writing my book, The Patriot Report, right? That's what I was compiling, a report on central banking. Y'all can argue over Julian Assange all you want. But what annoyed me were the people using Julian Assange's name to virtue signal. It's like, okay, your last grift died out. So your new grift is, all right, I know there's a lot of sympathy here for Julian Assange. Now I'm going to be this freedom fighter for Julian Assange. And now I'm going to virtue signal and Julian Assange. So now the new grift is, oh, Julian Assange shouldn't have to take the plea deal, even though he's got time served and he'll be a free man. So they've even found a way to extend the Julian Assange grift. You look at my channel, I don't even think I've done any extensive research on Julian Assange. I can be honest, I didn't really give two shits, right? I just, if somebody pointed to something about Julian Assange that would make me say, here's why you should pay attention to this, I'd probably pay attention to it. But I still have not seen anything. People just say, free Julian Assange. That's all I see, free Julian. So now I get to stop seeing that. And that's why I'm happy. I'm like, good, find a new grift. You guys virtue signal on Julian Assange and you just. So I'm leaning toward Aunt Bibi's side. Maybe the fool's a op. Maybe this is an Adam Weishaupt. When the people need a leader, we'll give them one situation. So I'm willing to hear her out. But she got to come with the receipts. If I'm BB and Scott Creighton don't come with the receipts, I'm going to annihilate them. I am going to destroy them. So tune in today. Twitter Spaces 4:15 with Hotep Goldstein. And maybe they'll get me out the paint. Maybe they'll destroy me and expose my connections to the CIA. Jeff Carter said, we probably know about 10% of the story on all this. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's probably so much to this story, you know, like, come on, bro. Like, well, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Julian Assange. You know, good luck to him if he's a good guy. Fuck him if he's not. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like we got bigger fish to fry. He not even our fish. Ain't he Australian? He Australian, right? And then after this whole situation, where he gonna go? Back to Australia? Make that make sense. Make that make sense. You gonna go back to Australia? That sounds like an op to me. Everybody knows Australia is like this commie prison. So you gonna go back to Australia? Something don't seem right. Something don't seem right to me at all. But maybe, you know, that's where his family is. That's where his heart is. You know, maybe he loves crocodiles or some shit. I don't know. So, you know, maybe he'll go down there and fight kangaroos or some shit. Anyway, it's time to get to some big brain shit. I left about 20 minutes here to talk about some big brain shit. We're going to go big brain. Let's go to the Super Dap Dap of the day. Jabari says, I remember her from Uncle Hotep's interview. She's suspect too. That's what I'm saying. I think Bibi might be suspect. Hotep Jesus is CIA because I went on Fox News. I remember I used to think like that. Oh, he's on TV. He's got to be compromised. No, that's not exactly how it works. Now, if they gave me my own show, if Fox popped up and was like, yo, Hotep Jesus, you got a new show on Fox News, I'd have been like, you know what? That is a little suspicious. I'm just a guest on one of the homies' show. Gutfeld made that happen. Now, if they popped up Hotep Jesus at night, I might be Illuminati now. Anyway, Super Dap Dap of the day. Follow Super Dap AI on Twitter. Super Dap 2Ps AI over on Twitter. New leader in Social Fi. It's the place where a lot of people are going to go to break bread. Especially when that bull run come back. Oh my God, we're waiting on Jerome Powell to announce some interest rates now. Anyway, if you want to learn, if you want to trade, if you want to invest, if you want some insight, even if you just want some insight into what's going on, even if you don't want to be an active trader, but you just kind of want to see what's going on in crypto and investing, meme coins, just see how people are talking about, just to learn. I highly suggest joining our Telegram group in the description box below. The link is there. All right, let's get big brain. We got a lot to cover. First things first, I don't know how much of this video I'm going to play, but I had already thought of something like this before. It's not unique to me. I think a lot of people have had this same thought. Here we are. Cognify, the prison of the future, a concept by Hashem Al-Ghali. Let's take a look.
Welcome to Cognify, a facility designed to treat criminals like patients. Instead of spending years in an actual prison cell, prisoners could finish their sentence here in just a few minutes. Cognify could someday create and implant artificial memories
in a few minutes
directly into the prisoner's brain. These complex, vivid, and lifelike memories are created in real time using AI-generated content. Depending on the seriousness of the subject's crime and their sentence, the memories could be tailored to the rehabilitation needs of each subject. The artificial memories implanted by Cognify would be seamlessly incorporated into the existing neural networks of the brain, preventing cognitive dissonance and ensuring the subject experiences the memories as if they were real. The Cognify concept offers a new approach to criminal rehabilitation, transforming how society deals with offenders by focusing on rehabilitation rather than punishment. First, the prisoner is given a choice, either spending tens of years in a prison cell or seeking fast-track rehabilitation through artificial memory implantation. If the prisoner chooses to undergo fast-track rehabilitation, the Cognify device is used. Next, the prisoner undergoes high-resolution brain scanning to create a detailed map of their neural pathways. This brain map helps guide the Cognify device to target specific brain regions responsible for memory, reasoning, and logical thinking, such as the hippocampus, prefrontal cortex, amygdala, parietal lobe, and anterior cingulate cortex. Once the target brain regions are identified, Cognify is then placed around the head of the prisoner. The intensity and the type of artificial memories is then adjusted depending on the crime. Inside the criminal's mind, time would pass differently, slower than in real life, making them experience years' worth of artificial memories in just...
All right, I've heard enough. I've heard enough of this science fiction garbage. Here's the thing, y'all. Okay? That somebody just joined our Telegram group. Welcome. Let me close out Telegram so we won't hear those noises. There's a lot wrong here. There's a lot wrong here, but this isn't for prisoners. This is for you. This is what the future looks like under universal basic income. You will become test subjects. They will use your neural pathways as data mining resources. You will work in your mind. Some of you are already connected to this machine. Some of you are already working for this machine. But this isn't something for prisoners. This is a preview of what our future looks like for the lower class. Again, if you've seen Black Mirror, you know where we're headed. This is our future. If you've watched Black Mirror, you know this is our future. Some people are going to be paid to do this. Many people are going to be paid to do this. Universal basic income, corporations, however you may see fit. Some of you will do this for recreation. But just like we mine Bitcoin, they'll be mining data from your brain, from your mind. They'll be mining the electricity of your body and using that to power a machine some way, somehow. I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm not no scientist. Anyway, it just upsets me when people make huge leaps like, oh, this is going to be for prisoners. This is... No, stop it. This is for everybody. Anyway, let's talk about money. My favorite subject. Who's this guy right here? He looks familiar. Is this Peyton Manning? Who is this person? Who is this guy? Somebody write his name in the box. I know you guys know who this is. Assange going back to Australia, allegedly. Shout out to Spotless. Listen, man. Jabari said, what's worse, Assange fanboys or Elon fanboys? Definitely Elon fanboys. Elon fanboys are definitely the worst because it's just the writing's on the wall and they can't see it. Mike has bad knees. He says, this is your CIA contact. Thanks for all the work you do for America's premier intelligence agency. Here is your weekly stipend. Hey, thank you, Langley. I appreciate that, man. I'm trying my best out here. Psych Tyson said virtual everything. Bro Gazelle said Neuralink for Twitter type beat.
Oh, this a real Hotep.
Yeah, this some Neuralink shit. We already here. We already here, man. Let's stop pretending like this is the future. Nah. I'm gonna plug your ass right into that machine next year. Anyway. Who's this white man on my screen right here? Mark Moss. Oh, that's right. That's his name. I was on a podcast with Mark Moss once. Very intellectual guy. He knows what he's talking about. CIA is too gay for Hotep Jesus. Let's listen to Mark.
1933, the government got themselves into trouble and they owed a lot of gold. And so what'd they do? Article 6102, they declared a bank holiday. All the banks shut down for a week. No one could get their money out of the bank. When the banks opened back up, gold's illegal. You're not allowed to own it, and you can't get your gold out of the bank. Don't worry, though. We're going to give you your $20 per ounce. Here you go. These debt instruments. We're going to give them to you, but they're not redeemable for gold anymore. And by the way, it's not $20 per ounce anymore. Now it's $35 per ounce. So you just lost 60% of your wealth instantly.
Oh my God.
So we know that we can't trust them because they fail over and over and over. Then now gold is $35 per ounce. So that continued on to the 30s, the 40s, the 50s. By we get to the 50s and the 60s, all these nations around the world are like, wait a minute, what is going on? You're printing way too many dollars. We don't want these paper certificates. We want the gold. So they start collecting their gold from the U.S. France sends their warships over to the U.S. to collect the gold. And President Richard Nixon in 1971 said, nope, we default on our obligations. We will not pay out the gold. The gold window is closed and the dollar is no longer pegged to gold. Now, this was a really big deal because in 1944, under what's called the Bretton Woods Agreement, the entire world agreed collectively that the dollar would be pegged to gold and all the currencies would be pegged to the dollar. But the U.S. lied the whole time. They printed too many dollars. And when that severed, not did just dollar get disconnected from gold, all currencies did. So we're 52 years or now 53 years into this fiat money experiment that the world has never seen before.
Okay. Now, we've got to go to our trusty document, the Patriot Report. Let's put this up on your screen. Bing, bong. Okay, boom, we're there. So we're going to go into the Bretton Woods Agreement. This is page 121. You can go get this title on HotepJesus.com.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
All right. So it begins here. It says, I've always wondered how and why the U.S. moved away from the gold standard. After researching the Bretton Woods Agreement, it became evidently clear. Gold was targeted, then siphoned out of the country into the hands of experimental money speculators, leaving the everyday citizen without equity in the deal while suffering from squalor. Others may try to gaslight me into believing in this modern monetary system or money experiment, but I know where there's smoke, there's usually fire. Even our own Secretary of Treasury, Henry Morgenthau, has stated, it has been proved, as far as I am concerned, that people in the international banking business cannot run successfully foreign exchange markets. Okay. What was contemplated in the Bretton Woods agreements and in 1944 proposed international commodity agreements was not freedom for individuals in different countries to trade with one another on their own terms, but a world in which international prices and trade would be state dominated. Who are the two main architects of the Bretton Woods Agreement? One of them is John Maynard Keynes. The other is Harry Dexter White. Keynes is known as the first ever international celebrity economist. They said the goal was to design a global monetary system to be managed by an international body. People talk about, oh, globalism was here way before you was born, people. Relax. The Bretton Woods Conference took place in July 1944 at the Mount Washington Hotel, courtesy of the IMF. Says here, the wooden mammoth had played host to the likes of the Astors, Rockefellers, Babe Ruth, and Winston Churchill. There are over 700 delegates representing 44 countries, which included Colombians, Poles, Liberians, Chinese, Ethiopians, Russians, Filipinos, and Icelanders. The Russian-born Lydia Lapakova said the place was a madhouse and taps run all day. The windows do not close or open. The pipes mend and unmend. So it's a little rickety situation going on here. Jay's World said, HJ, on my digital version of the Patriot Report, it has my name and email on all of my PDF pages. Is there a way to take it off? No, that's so you can't pirate my shit.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
When you buy the digital version, it comes with your information on it. So when you share it, you risk doxing yourself.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
All right. Is what it is. Anyway, let's skip down to the next section. Many considerations and decisions will be made regarding nations, their currencies, and central banks. But what becomes of the everyday citizen? Will they be able to trade freely across national borders without fear of tax or other cause in loss of profits? And this is the beauty of crypto, because we can do that. Okay. Says here, the Bretton Woods Agreement is not the freedom of the private citizens of any country to trade with the private citizens of any other. It is not primarily the cooperation among private citizens of different countries at all. It is primarily cooperation among governments. This event of globalization should be named, and this is something I created, international centralization. I could also call it international cartelization. Because what the Bretton Woods Agreement does is centralize power and give decision-making to people who will lose nothing yet gain everything from both their successes and also their failures. So whether this succeeds or fails, the people in charge always win. Okay? It says here, their position of high authority will increase their freedoms while reducing the freedom of the rank and file. Here's a quote from Hazlitt. He says, if the planners succeed in tying up the idea of international cooperation with the idea of increased state domination and control over economic life, the international controls of the future seem only too likely to follow the pattern of the past, in which case the plain man's living standards will decline with his liberties. Okay. So what does the Bretton Woods Agreement say? It says what the Bretton Woods Agreement did was remove the obligation of nations to tie their currency to a gold standard, except for one, America. So everybody talks about gold, the gold standard, and I'm glad Mark Moss knows this was tied to the Bretton Woods Agreement. With America tied to the gold standard, and all other currencies would tie themselves to the dollar, making the dollar the world reserve currency like it is today. This is obviously deleterious to America. General George C. Marshall, the Secretary of State, said at Harvard on June 5th, 1947, the truth of the matter is that Europe's requirements for the next 3 or 4 years of foreign food and other essential products, principally from America, are so much greater than her present ability to pay that she must have substantial additional help or face economic, social, and political deterioration of a very grave character. So there were warnings, specifically from our Secretary of State, who is a general. It continues here. It says Americans will subsidize a foreign nation's delinquent behavior. We will reward foreign nations for being irresponsible. The tragedy was that former Secretary of State Marshall, the president and Congress, completely misunderstanding the real situation, accepted his European theory and poured billions of American taxpayer dollars into the hands of European governments to finance trade deficits that they themselves brought about by their socialism and exchange controls with overvalued currency. Okay, so let's jump down and explain to you how this thing works. Okay, suppose... So in this hypothetical scenario, we have a country called Ruritania, and it says, suppose their currency has a sinking spell, or that everybody shows a sudden desire to get rid of Ruritas and acquire dollars instead. It becomes the duty of the fund to supply these dollars, at least up to an amount stipulated in advance in the Articles of Agreement. The fund must keep buying the Ruritas at 20 cents. It must do this regardless of whether the Rurita is sinking because of the Ruritanians are buying more goods from the outside world than they have exports or credit to pay for, or because Ruritania is having a revolution, or because it has a fascist government that has just announced it is expropriating the property of some minority group, or because it has a budget deficit brought about by heavy armament program, or simply because it is grinding out too much paper money on its printing presses. Some of this stuff should sound familiar to you. It says, now, the real value of the Rurita, left to the natural play of supply and demand, may only be 2 cents. Nevertheless, it must continue to be bought by the fund at 20 cents. But if, as if most probable, it is being bought by dollars, this means that American taxpayers are buying 2-cent Ruritas for 20 cents, thereby immediately losing 90% of their investment on each purchase, while they pay for Rurita luxury imports, her armament program, and her fascist experiment. So basically what happens is this. You take some bullshit currency and you back it with the United States dollar. They then inflate their currency and destroy their currency, but you still pay the old price, which leaves you on the hook for the difference. Okay, let's continue. Going to skip to right here. Hazlitt says each nation can turn out unlimited amounts of its own currency on its own printing presses with the incentive, which it does not ordinarily have, of a buyer at a fixed price. It seems probable that the plan could only lead to a huge waste of funds and to temporary world inflation with subsequent collapse. Now check this out. This is where it gets real weird. The underwriters were either ignorant socialists or wicked money pirates, and this is evidence because the fund was not allowed to raise any objection if a nation devalues its currency by 10%. So basically, a currency can siphon wealth from another nation whom has been responsible with their currency. But that nation can't object until they've been thoroughly robbed first. This is definitely a socialist way of thinking for the pirates. Let's go to the next section. It says here, since all the currencies were being tied to the dollar, it should be no surprise that the largest real lendable asset contributor to the fund was the U.S. to the tune of 70% of the fund. The United States, as the chief contributor to the fund, would be the chief loser, says Hazlitt. Now, we're going to stop right there, and I'm going to ask you. Remember last week we was talking about what does it mean to be an American? You should start questioning that now. You should really start questioning that now. 70% of your taxpayer dollars in 1944 were used, or I should say your parents or your grandparents, depending on how old you are, were used to subsidize delinquent currencies. Where is the patriotism in that?
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
You've been screwed. You've been screwed from day one. Let's go back. Says right here, nations that were fighting for the largest possible quotas in the fund are fighting for the smallest possible subscriptions to the bank. So basically, a lot of people was like, we want to take a lot of money from this fund, but we don't want to put a whole lot in. Okay. Says Hazlitt continues, says, under a free world economy with private lenders risking their own funds and borrowers seeking to meet their requirements, loans would go to the countries and projects that offer the most attractive terms commensurate with the best prospect of repayment. This means, in general, that capital would go into the countries providing the soundest conditions into projects, promising the greatest economic success. Under such conditions, there is a maximum development of world productivity in proportion to the capital investment. And I said this is common sense, but it seems the underwriters have foregone common sense and replaced it with benevolence or ignorant socialism or deceit. So let's dive into the mind of the socialist really fast. We're going to go to phone lines in a second. Type Hotep in your name to 202-596-5631. Credit was not earned. It was granted automatically as a matter of right. Now, you and I, we got to have a credit score and we apply for the loan. They tell us no. But these countries, we've got to do it out of the goodness of our heart. There is no distinction between good and bad loans. Somebody said, how would citizens know that they were doing that back then? I guess they needed Julian. It doesn't matter what they knew then. What matters is you know now what happened then, so you are privy to how your country operates. You got to learn from the past. We're not blaming the people of the past for allowing this to happen. What we are saying is learn this now so you understand the bullshit coming out of your government. Okay. It says there is no distinction between good and bad loans. You don't need an econ degree from Harvard to know that this will lead to economic disaster. You wouldn't operate like this with your own money, or maybe you would lend it if you had no risk. Maybe you would if a nation you didn't care for held all of the risk. Keynes, being the socialist that he is, believes that it would be, now this is Keynes right here quoted, he says, worse than a mistake to attempt the invidious task of discriminating between members of assessing their credit worthiness. So he's saying checking their credit is an invidious task. What? What? This is how socialists steal money. Okay? This is how they steal money. Keynes believes it's invidious to assess the risks of lending money. I wonder how often he lent his own money or whether he discriminated between good and bad borrowers. I'm sure he wouldn't have gotten this far in his personal life. He operated this way. This is facts. If he operated this way in his own personal life, you think he would have got this far? So here's Hazlitt's warning. He says, we are about to be forced to lower our legal reserve requirements. It would force us to supply dollars even to countries with which we might have been serious political differences, or countries whose trade policies discriminated against us. Basically, trade enemies. We are going to subsidize them. That's why I tell you, man, this concept of America must be challenged. It must be challenged. Hazlitt continues, he says, this is Henry Hazlitt. He says, if each nation can maintain the integrity of its own currency, if each nation keeps its own monetary unit at par, then the problem of maintaining a stable relationship between currencies will solve itself. And that's just basic common sense. I said here, sound money isn't a hard concept. Socialists make it complicated. One requirement for a stable currency is that it be redeemable in something that is itself fixed and definite, like gold, silver, or Bitcoin, right? Even gold and silver are kind of not fixed, but that'll just complicate matters a lot worse. Hazlitt had a simplified and logical approach to the currency exchange problem. The stabilization of each currency must be treated as an individual problem. So if you're wondering what happened to the United States gold, you got to look at the Bretton Woods Agreement. Basically what happens is people take their shit currency, trade it for a real currency, and then once you do the swap, right, you take your francs and you swap your francs for dollars. Now you're holding on to dollars, but those dollars are redeemable in gold. So France then takes that dollar, redeems the gold. So they've traded bullshit for a real world asset. And that's why people go, oh, is there gold at Fort Knox, Fort Dix? Where's the gold? Do we have gold? I don't know how much gold we got, but I'm going to say we ain't got none.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
I'm just saying. Let's go to phone lines. Talk about Julian Assange with our callers. Text Hotep in name at 202-596-5631. And I'll be right back after this short, brief commercial break.
Envision a sanctuary where community and sustainability are the cornerstones of living. In this haven, every family is able to grow their own food, children flourish through homeschooling tailored to unlock their full potential, and education extends beyond textbooks, instilling self-worth and a deep understanding of the world around them. Here, goodwill isn't just an ideal, it's the essence of daily life, where respect for law and order harmonizes with the community's resourcefulness. This place isn't just a dream, it's a call to action for everyone who believes in a better, more connected way of living. Join us in building a future where each individual's contributions create a tapestry of enduring harmony and prosperity. Join us in Hotepistan.
Somebody said it sounds like the first pump and dump.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Yeah. Hey, you see what I'm saying? I got some good news for y'all. Hold on. How do I do this? Let's go here. Let's pull this up. I got some good news. Renee done did it again. This was what's the name's idea, by the way. Oh, here we go. Perf. This was let's move this to videos. Come on, open up. All right. And then let's move this to Hotep Nation. Okay, let's put that into Hotep Nation. And then we're gonna tweet this out. This was Nerd Nash's idea, by the way. We're gonna go to Goldstein in just a moment. Let me just get our lives together really fast. What did I do with that screen? Oh, here it is. Check this out. Hold on. Boom. Watch this. This is the first time I'm seeing it, so I don't know quite what to expect. So we're gonna look at this together. Where is it? Right there. Right there. Let's see. Let's post it and then we'll hit play. He said he sent a video version of the flyer. Oh, that's fire. Oh, that's fire. Oh, that's dope. That's dope. We're going to have to get a Canon flyer as well. I like that. That's fire. That's super dope. Renee done did it again. Hey, y'all better contact Renee when y'all need some graphic design. October 3rd to the 6th. Tickets go on sale soon. Get ready. The Hoteps are coming to Miami. Yeah, J Pylon. We got it. Many crypto products use this very same move to siphon off finances from hungry and small-time investors. That's the oldest trick in the book, is to take fake money and buy real-world assets with it. I mean, that's what the banking system is predicated upon, right? They print money, get it to their friends. The banks buy real-world assets, and then they hand you the fake shit. Yeah, this is the Grand Theft Auto Miami Vice type mashup. So let me know. Protocol, we got to get you on the flyer as well. We'll probably make different versions of this so that everybody has a flyer, for their own likeness. And yeah, so Protocol, just email Hotep Jesus with your best headshot and I'll get it to Renee and he can make you a flyer. Oh, it's okay, Jay. It's okay, Jay. Next time. But make sure y'all go hire Renee for all of your design needs. HotepCon Miami. We're going to do it up. Dre Brown said, I will be at HotepCon.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Uh-oh. All right, let's go to Goldstein. Hold on a second. I got to find my screen. I got a lot of shit going on right now. There we go. Yeah, really good photos. Don't send no BS photos, people. I love this. This is so fire. I know what's the name is tired of my ass. Hold on, let me see if we got the other piece of artwork. I might swap it out live. Hold on. Okay, no, he didn't send it yet. Oh, shit.
Call from Murphy's Law Rescue.
Goldstein.
What up?
What up? We lit. What's up, bro?
Chilling. So, yeah, man. Hey, you know what it is, bro. If them niggas get out of line, light they motherfucking ass up. Just because I invited them don't mean a goddamn thing. You know what I mean? They're gonna hold the line of decorum that I expect from everybody. If they come in there with crazy energy, I'll be the first motherfucker to light the fuse.
Now, I'm not concerned with their decorum. I'm more concerned with how much fake news they spit out their fucking mouth.
Yeah.
If they sound crazy, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna go heavy on challenging these guys because I don't want to be, associated with people spreading fake news.
I feel you.
But I think this is genius having them on though, right? This is gonna stir up a lot of controversy and a lot of clicks, and this is S tier grifting right here.
Yeah. That's what's up. Hey, I fucked with Scott Creighton on this topic and pretty much nothing else because both him and BB are fucking they're not radical leftists in the sense that you see today with the trans dumb shit and all that other weird ass shit. They're more like radical leftists from like the 70s types.
Okay.
And so like 90% of their content I don't really fuck with. But when I was, because I had some reservations about Assange, but for the most part I was like everybody else, like, yo, this dude exposed the shit. He's with the shit. That's what's up. And then the more I started to see shit, I started to look into it, and it was Scott Creighton's work that I relied on the most to kind of like give me the perspective of people who weren't on the he's a hero train. And I can say that he's fairly thorough, and then fucking with him is when I got, introduced to Aunt BB shit, and she's pretty much on the same train as him when it comes to that shit. He kind of like enlightened her to it. But he's been on it for like 10 plus years. He's been like vlogging about how this dude is a psyop and like how he, shit don't line up. The thing that kind of like started me looking into it like, wait a minute, was the fact that everybody was saying that this was going to be the end of journalism as we know it if he's convicted. But I was like, it was hard for me to reconcile that because dude never refers to himself as a journalist, and he's never presented himself as a journalist in his work.
Yeah.
So if he's not a journalist, but he's getting wrung out, how is this going to hurt journalism? Like, so that's when I started like, something don't line up right here. Y'all screaming too much shit that ain't really true. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's when I started looking.
I thought he just created the website.
Yeah, he considers himself a white hat hacker. That's what he's always said he was.
Yeah.
And so, like, how is him getting booked going to fuck with journalism? Like, and the more they screamed that and was like, this is what it's going to be, the more I was like, nah, something up. Then I just started finding other shit as I looked. But we'll get into all that.
Let me think about this for a second. Julian Assange, journalism, WikiLeaks, white hat hacker, hurts journalism because his crime isn't what's the crime, first of all?
I guess like a lot of it is espionage, they're saying.
Right, spying, right?
Yeah.
Right, so that's what I'm saying, like yeah, Espionage Act, right? Unlawfully obtain and disseminate classified national defense information, right? So I don't see, you're right, I don't see what this has to do with journalism. I think they're more worried about whistleblowers. I think that's really what they should say. This could hurt, whistleblowers. But they're talking about how he obtained the documents. Now, your government could do a lot of weird shit, right?
Yeah.
But they always have, the excuse of this was for national security. This is for the benefit of the nation. They always have that out. So it's going to be hard to nail them unless they do something really, really criminal. Everybody pretty much, I'm sure, were basing their basing this off of him exposing Hillary. And that's why the Democrats came down, were like, yo, nah, this is not going to work. Lock this brother up because this is messing with our elections. That's what I always thought this came down to. I didn't think this had to do with journalism or anything like that or leaking information. This was about the fact that Hillary's emails got exposed. She didn't like it. She made some phone calls and got Julian Assange to fuck up out of here to scare anybody else that would ever want to be a whistleblower.
Yeah. That should have been a lot of the framework there. The fact that they lumped journalism into this, like all the people who were like free Assange and shit, most of them were like, if he's booked, we won't be able to report on shit like this because they'll have a legal precedent to fuck us over if they convict him. Well, guess what? He took a plea. The legal precedent exists. But in my mind, it just seems like he took the plea just so they could fuck over journalism. It didn't ever really scream like this is going to fuck over journalism. You guys drew that connection. And a lot of the people who drew that connection were also motherfuckers who were suspects. So it just seemed like a plot to really fuck over journalism at the end of the day, among other things, you know?
Yeah. And now where's he headed? He's headed to the United States of America, where he's going to go and get debriefed and get his new marching orders, is what many people are assuming.
He's going to get his prints and his new ID badge.
We got a new assignment for you here, Assange.
I see him slowly like going into the same lane as alternative media, all these alternative media personalities, because he's set up and primed for it. All he needs is a YouTube channel, or more than likely a regular fucking appearance on X in the form of a Tucker Carlson type show where they can talk about shit and just keep people sitting there nesting in that honeypot instead of doing the shit that really needs to be done.
Yeah. I can see him do a media tour. His media tour is gonna be out of here. You know, it's gonna put him in a whole new class of grifters. But I'm still giving him the benefit of the doubt. I'm in the middle. I don't know if he's an op or if he's not, but we have to question all things in Hotepistan. So, you know, I'm drawing any conclusions, but, you know, just sort of, you know, playing the scenario out in our heads of what this could be or could not be is you know, I just want to give some texture to the people watching just so they understand how we're looking at this situation.
Yeah, and I figure, you know, both of our follower bases are going to be, for the most part, pro Assange. Like, that's just how that is.
Yeah.
Because, again, like I said, I was at one point. So that's why I really wanted them on, is because I wanted them to give the alternative to what most people who are going to be tuning in really think. And then I wanted them to be able to shoot back and put them niggas under fire to test their shit. You know what I mean? To see how well it holds up.
Yeah. If they don't got nothing concrete, I'm gonna be very concerned.
Yeah.
You know me, I'm willing to jump all into the conspiracy shit, but you got to give me something to sink my teeth into. You know.
True.
Where's Jonah? Jonah, where are you? Is he an op? I'm gonna go whatever Jonah say. If Jonah say he op, that nigga a op. Where's Jonah? I'm gonna try and find his ass. I'm gonna text him, yo. Is Julian Assange an op? See if he got any evidence. He probably got more evidence than Aunt Bibi and Scott Creighton combined. But we'll see.
Hell yeah.
So 4:15, we're kicking off the Twitter Spaces, ladies and gentlemen, with Goldstein. Last week was an absolute classic. We had Sneeko on, and you guys remember that. We covered that episode. This week, we got Aunt Bibi and Scott Crichton. We'll be talking Julian Assange. So make sure y'all join us there at 4:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Good stuff, bro.
Yeah, man. See you there.
All right, Hotep and Bill.
Hotep and Bill.
Where's Jonah? Hold on. Which one of these is Jonah's number? When did Jonah call in? He just called in last Friday, right? So it has to be Yep, here it is. All right, I just texted Jonah. He may be watching. He may not be watching. He may pick up. We should just call him too instead of waiting. Well, I'm about to call Jonah, see if he picks up the phone. He might be working or something. I don't know what he's doing. Let's pop that in there. Let's call Jonah. All right. We'll have to wait. We'll have to wait and see. Rudy's going to call in. Let's talk to Rudy. Rudy, go ahead. Hit the line. I'm sure Jonah's going to... We got to play bingo. Who y'all think Jonah's going to blame it on? What does he always say? He says Babylon. What's the other one? What's the other thing Jonah always blamed this shit on? Oh, my God. One of them occult situations. Hold on.
Call from
Rudy the Vet.
Rudy, what's up, bro?
What's going on, brother? How deep down this rabbit hole you want to dive right now?
Janice, that was it. Janice. I knew I was trying to think of that. Janice, Jesuits, yeah. Let's go deep. Pause.
All right. So they loved Assange, right? They loved Assange. They loved WikiLeaks when he dropped all that Russian stuff, where they caught the Russians setting up all that Chechenian shit in the movie theater, right?
Okay.
Remember when they called all that secret documents, and they found out Vlad and them set them Russians up so they could go in there and bust them Muslims in the head.
Yeah.
You know, and they loved it when he was dropping stuff on people all over the world. But then when he dropped the WikiLeaks on the Iraq shit with the Apaches gunning up the reporters and all them videos that they had, they wanted to prosecute him, but they couldn't because the New York Times took all of his stuff and dropped it too. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, if they got Assange, then they'd have to go on and prosecute the New York Times, right? So then, here we go. Then they get him with the fake. They do what the CIA does, put some child porn or some rape allegations on you. They try to get him. He runs to the Ecuadorian embassy. He's hiding out there. Boom, he drops the shit on Hillary. You know what I'm saying? Seth Rich passes that shit off. And if he's a real man, right, after they done locked him up for 10 years, because like Goldstein said, dude, he copped the plea, dude. He copped the plea. He's not they gave him time served. They just set precedents. If he's a real man, he'll tell us, hey, man, Seth Rich gave me that because William Benny, the head of the NSA who created the whole spying program, ran the numbers, and there's no way the Russians hacked that computer. So if he's really got balls, he'll come out and be like, yeah, Seth Rich gave me that shit. There's no point in hiding it anymore. That just locks you up for 10 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's come on out and drop some facts. I think he's a dead man walking, man. They'll let him get his little media tour off for about the next 12 months, and then he'll die in a car accident. But that's neither here nor there. And then if you ever put on shades like, oh, man, I know you're a clone, and you came out of Langley, and I'm going to be listening to Aunt Netanyahu, you know what I'm saying, in the faces of David Goldstein, man.
Why you call her Aunt Netanyahu?
Aunt Bibi, right?
Yeah.
Bibi Netanyahu, Aunt Bibi, Aunt Netanyahu, dude.
Why you say that?
No, I mean, just because Netanyahu, Bibi Netanyahu, Aunt Bibi, man. I
thought she was over here shelling for Israel or something.
Nah. I just correlated that.
Because of the Bibi, got you.
Yeah. I'll take prison time over the Matrix any day of the week, and if it's for the regular old Joe and they try to put that on me, death first, man, death first. You know what I'm saying? I'll move to the higher plane of existence.
Yeah.
Long story short, that's all I got for you today. Rudy the Vet, over and out.
All right, yo. Damn. So Rudy thinks he's gonna be clipped. He's gonna get neutralized. So Rudy believes in Assange. Then I guess that means Rudy believes in Assange. It's gonna be interesting. This Twitter space is gonna be interesting. Aunt Habibi Netanyahu. This Twitter Spaces is going to be very, very interesting. I can't wait to hear. I just want to learn. I just want to learn because I have not done any research into Julian Assange, like none at all. Just had zero care whatsoever. So, you know, hopefully everybody can get me caught up to speed on what's going on here. Hold on a second. K checking in. K's looking for something to wear to Hotep Con. Uh-oh.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
K looking for something to wear to Hotep Con. K, you coming to Hotep Con? K, I'm sure she's over there on Rumble. Are you coming to Hotep Con? K's coming out to Hotep Con. That would be dope. Who's coming to Hotep Con? Let me see. Hands in the chat. Candace say he's with Rudy Conda. It's going to be interesting. So we might have, this might turn into a Rudy versus Aunt BB, Scott Crichton, Cannon and Rudy versus BB and Scott Crichton. I'm relying on y'all to give the most pushback since y'all obviously know more than me about the situation. Assange getting with the fight, gag order. He's going to be neutered after the plea deal. So he won't even be able to talk, huh? When's the next Grifties? Same time next year. Trust but verify said Hotep Con is coming to me. I'm there.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Kelson said he's looking to pull up. That's your state? Oh, see? We coming right to my Floridians. Coming right to my Floridians. Love to see it. Somebody said, is there going to be a 4K a spot yacht party with the promise of girls to make sandwiches? Yo, I saw that. Fresh and Fit is like selling tickets to a yacht party for 4K. You get the chance to win a Rolex and hang out with OnlyFans girls. And Preach and Abba and Preach did a video on this, and they were ripping him apart, ripping him new one, saying it's basically like a scam. Because usually you pay something like that and you learn something, right? Like you go to a Tony Robbins situation, you come home and you know how to make money or something, right? Like this is just like, hey, just hang out with bimbos. 4K? So he says he's basically, you know, ripping off his fan base. Jabari said, I'm making it this year. My birthday is September 30th.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Fire. Haram Light said, I'm going to beat her in that Versace drip. Uh-oh.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Uh-oh. He's going to have to change his name to Julie. What city is Hotep Con in this year? We're in Miami, bitch. So yeah, we'll also be having a boat party. It won't be $4,000. I can assure you that. Okay, I can assure you of that. Goldstein wilding again. I'm just getting caught up on my mentions real quick. And then we'll check the trending topics before we get out of here. I'm going to go make a smoothie to sort of refresh my body before we go into the Twitter spaces. Let's see what's trending here. We got masked up Mbappe. Austria is leading the way in the Euro Cup. That's shocking. I wouldn't have seen that coming. Assange is trending. Levandowski probably scored. Oh, he got a pen. Said it's one of the worst penalties you ever see. Wow. Wow. He tried to catch him with the hezzy. Oof. Oof. What happened to Mbappe? He's still worried about that nose of his. Yeah, Mbappe broke his nose last time. What else we got here? I'm trying to get this sponsorship from my natural bodybuilding show so I can spend that money on HotepCon. How much you need, Strong Dad? And what's included in the sponsorship? Send me some bullet points. I'm gonna take a look at the Men of Water Bank and maybe we can be a sponsor. Tell me how much you need and what you need, what do you need it for, and all of that stuff, and let's see if we can make something happen. Kelson, $20 super for the pot. Get them likes up.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Salute to Kelson holding us down. To catch a predator. Y'all saw they caught that Democrat operative? He's like the LGBT head of gay people for the Democrats or something like that. And he was out here. Here it is right here. Gay Democrats of Maryland, Michael Napin, was just busted by To Catch a Predator type sting operation for trying to meet a 14-year-old boy. I would play the clip, but what he said is just utterly disgusting. It's just disgusting. It's just like, what? With a little boy. Just crazy. 14-year-old boy, he thought he was texting. That's why I said we gotta watch what we support with these Democrats, man, because Kenya's wilding too. I seen a lot of reports about Kenya, and let's see, the Kenya parliament has just erupted in flames as protests against the $2.7 billion tax hike turned violent. The hikes were spurred by Kenya's latest IMF deal. Harvard professor Robert Barrow puts it, the IMF doesn't put out fires, it starts them. We've talked about the IMF before. When you get in bed with the IMF, respect the Constitution. Statement to President Kenya, Mr. William Ruto. Respect the Constitution and ensure the protection of citizens' rights. Facilitate peaceful demonstrations and uphold the principles of democracy. Any act of suppression or violence is unacceptable. Prioritize dialogue and respect human rights. The international community is closely monitoring the situation. Damn. It's about to go down in Kenya, bro. It's about to go down. And here the Kenyans protesting. Jake Shields reports, protests in Kenya raid the parliament over high taxes, 30%. Our founding fathers would be proud. October 3rd to the 6th. October 3rd to the 6th. Said, didn't Kenya just send police aid to Haiti?
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Was that Kenya? I think it was Kenya. Yeah, I think that was Kenya. Africans is different, man. So, what's the Kenya IMF deal? What did the IMF say? In exchange for the bailout program agreed with the IMF in 2021, Kenya committed to economic reforms that included increased revenue collections of 25% of gross domestic product, slashing debt and cutting wastage. So basically, IMF put out some loans. Kenya took them, and now IMF is like, how you going to pay these back? And they're like, oh, we'll just raise the tax rate on our citizens. June 11th. IMF.com.org. What does it say here? Safeguard debt sustainability. What the hell is debt sustainability? They just be making up shit. You want to sustain your debt? Oh my God. What a ripoff. And that's the thing. People be talking all this shit about these African nations, and it's like, man, you ain't ever read what's it called? Economic Hitman? Confessions of an Economic Hitman? HJ, I thought Kenya would have the debt expunged for helping Haiti. You would think that, right? You would think they'd be able to cut a deal like that. Hey, if you help us out, we'll forgive your debt. They sending in UN troops, more child trafficking, and other fuckery. Yeah. Just so happened they got 400 got Kenya soldiers in Haiti. Yeah. All right. So what does it say here? Oh my God. They got all right. So yeah, this is a special drawing rights. Remember Jonah told us about that? The special drawing rights. I just checked to see if Jonah hit me back. The SDRs. All right. So it says here, if approved by the IMF's executive board, the total remaining access will be adjusted to 135.55% of the quota, which will also include a proposed recalibration of 21.67% of the quota toward zero interest concessional resources under the ECF agreement. This will bring the total IMF financial commitment during the duration to $2.7 billion, about $3.6 billion in U.S. In addition, the completion of the second review of the Resilience and Sustainability Facility approved would unlock $120 million in the SDR. So basically, this is some sort of debt refinancing program. They call it recalibration. The question is this adding more money to the debt? Are they loaning them more money? This is crazy. The adjusted percentage of quota, 135%. How do you have more than 100%? This is absolutely insane. Is there any more news on this? Ruto faces choice between IMF and the people. Yeah. Here in Malawi, we have the second largest deposit of rutile in the world. The IMF have just flown in to give us another debt package to make our economy fall apart in 8 months tops. Cousin says Kenya tried to stop this from happening by accepting money to go into Haiti. They are in shambles. Kenya is not IMF's lab rat, read one sign in Nairobi's Central Business District. So the people know. The people know. There is widespread feeling that the administration has surrendered to the IMF and World Bank and ignored the feelings of people. Okay, so they want to enact fiscal reforms to unlock funding beyond a 2021 bailout. Yeah, this is a debt refinance. Markets have rewarded tough decisions such as the government's refinancing of dollar bonds at high rates. Yeah. The question is, in this refinance, like, are they sending more money? Is there any forgiveness in this? Kenya needs to drop a stable coin, bro. Okay, in exchange for a bailout program agreed with the IMF, this is Bloomberg.com. In exchange for a bailout program agreed with the IMF in 2021, Kenya committed to economic reforms that included decreasing Revenue collection, 25% of gross domestic product, slashing debt and cutting wastage, right? When he took office, so they borrowed money, then they got bailed out. So that means that there was more money added to that one, to that agreement. That's what a bailout basically is. Look at the macroeconomic trends and global sentiments. Ruto seems to be doing something right. The Kenyan shilling is the best performing currency in the world this year, having gained 21.4% against the dollar since the beginning of the year. The benchmark index of the Nairobi Stock Exchange has the best return so far this year in dollar terms after Argentina among 92 primary gauges tracked by Bloomberg. The NSC All-Share Index has a return of 49.6%. I mean, that's not really much to be said, right? It's like when Biden reports on unemployment and he goes, oh, yeah, look, the job numbers are up. And it's like, yeah, well, you completely decimated jobs during a pandemic. And this recovery you're calling growth, right? So when we're looking at the Kenyan shelling, is this growth or is this recovery? Because you could still be down. Okay, it says Kenya in February tapped international debt markets after years of being priced out of them. Okay, it repurchased 1.4 billion of its 2 billion euro bonds due Monday via issuance of new dollar bonds priced at a coupon of 9.7%, easing investor concerns on how it would settle the bullet maturity. Okay. Kenyan local currency bonds are also offering high returns to investors with a 2-year bond yielding 17.12%. It's not a bad yield. It's not a bad yield at all. Spotless said, I wonder if the IMF money pushers would accept rubles and yuan, things that make you go, yeah. China's going to step in. China might step in. That's definitely a possibility. Kenya local currency. Oh, wait, no. So somebody was holding the bonds. I guess the international debt market. And it purchased some of those back. So what does that do? Let me see here. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that would be a good sign. Okay. The economy is forecast to grow 5.7% this year despite deadly floods that killed almost 300 people. According to the central bank, that compares to 1.3% for South Africa, 3.2% for Nigeria. Again, is this growth or recovery? We'd have to look at the past numbers. The macros look good, but this hasn't translated into people's pockets. The young people who are a majority still don't have jobs. Incomes are very low, and there is no welfare state. Yeah, so I'm glad we talked about that Bretton Woods agreement because that's when we went over that, we talked about how this is government to government. So just because they're doing debt swaps and debt exchanges and all this currency games, that doesn't exactly mean it's gonna benefit the people of the nation. I mean, obviously it benefits, because their dollar or, their currency is worth more than it used to be. But what good is it if you're not earning the currency, right? Like if you don't have any means of earning money, what good is it if the money is worth more than it used to be? Like it just, okay. But again, is this recovery or is this growth? It's got so many questions and I can't keep up with everything. But we're going to keep our eyes on it. We're going to keep our eyes on Africa. Pray for Africa. Pray for Kenya. IMF done did it again. Hunter Biden's law license has been officially suspended. I didn't even know he had a law license. I had no clue. Anyway, who y'all want to see at HotepCon, yo? Who do y'all want to see at HotepCon? Sonny Johnson's definitely going to be in the building. We definitely got to get Sonny there. That goes without being said. Who else y'all want, man? China is an IMF member. If they step in, they just get the minerals. Same animal eats. That's true. They should have added more fluoride to the water before raising taxes, says Angelia. Charleston White? He might be outside of our price range. I'm trying to think of somebody who's down there and it won't cost so much to get them. Who is in Florida? Who's in Florida? Jack Reed's the Hotep. Yeah, you got to get out there. Cooley's in Chicago. PBD? Royce, Shaka would be dope. Yeah. Who's in Florida? Because then it won't cost much. We can just handle their hotel room. Trick Daddy. Laura Loomer. Laura Loomer is in Florida. Laura Loomer is in Florida. Maybe we can do like some sort of, we'll put Laura Loomer and Goldstein on the same team during game night. What about that dude who frequents Timcast? Luke? Oh, Luke Rudkowski. Might not be bad. 4-5. But Luke played us at the Grifties. Luke was supposed to be at the Grifties and he became he canceled on us. Luke canceled on us. He was supposed to be at the Grifties. We should run down on Fresh and Fit. They ain't got enough security for all of us. Facts. We should run down on Fresh and Fit Studios. Facts. Roger Stone. Roger Stone's down there? I could probably get Roger Stone too. His son follows me on Twitter. What's his son's name? Steve Stone? I forget his son's name. Ocho Cinco? Ocho Cinco would be dope. Nick Fuentes is down there? I don't know if I want to do that. That might be a little too spicy. Bum rush the show? Yeah, that would be crazy. That would be crazy if we bum rushed the... We bum rushed. Roger Stone would be badass. I could probably get to Roger. What's his son's? Sean Stone. That's his name. Sean. I might be able to get Sean. Dr. Miami. Rook. We could probably get Rook there. I don't think Fresh and Fit ever had beef with you, Hotep. I don't think I never said they had beef with me. I don't think I've ever said that. Matt, $4.99. I'm 21. Will any people my age be there? Not trying to crowd the elders. I don't know. Oh, it's funny because when people get lost at HotepCon, there's like the elders. Let's just call them elders. There's the elders. Then there's the like people my age, and then it's the kids. Well, I call you kids, but that's the 21 and up crowd, and there usually is a 21 and up crowd. It's kind of crazy to see that. But, you know, you're definitely going to be hanging out with probably Tari or somebody else like that. You know, I can't tell you who, but T-Pain. But you're going to have somebody probably within. Hotep Virgin Mary's his age. Right. Like, she's young. She's like 21, 22 or something like that. Yeah, it's a young-minded group. Word. Baby Hotep's going to be there. He's young. AG, yeah, word. AG is around his age. AG usually kidnaps people and they usually get lost. David Webb, that's a good look. David Webb's a good look. Y'all don't want no OnlyFans girls there? Tickets are not on sale yet. I was waiting for this flyer to put tickets on sales. Now that we have the flyer, I'm going to set everything up and get the tickets on sale ASAPington. If I can get Trump to come, that would be crazy. Yeah, bring your friends. Word. Yeah, bring the homies. Introduce him, man. Introduce him to what's going on. He said I can make a couple of calls with some OnlyFans chicks. Lauren said, hell no. Big facts. PBD would do it. You think he'd do it for the grift? Rumble says PBD would do it. PBD would probably charge us like 20 bands. No Rolex, no OnlyFans girls. Well, there that goes. You and AG gonna turn up? AG got lost in the desert last time. I remember I came downstairs the next morning. It was like 6 a.m. or something like that. 8 a.m. And I'm coming to go to breakfast, and he's coming from hanging out in the middle of the desert. I don't know. They got lost or some shit last year. Need Ricky Bascom to sign your guitar? Ricky Bascom might come. That'll be fine. Who knows what's happening with that? If he's allowed to DJ. Leonardo Joni is banned from HotepCon. Jabari, we can do Hotep reprogramming of an OnlyFans chick live. That would be fire. How to reprogram an OnlyFans chick. Alex Stein again? That probably that flight shouldn't be too hard. That shouldn't be too hard. Shout out to Jabari, Matt, Spotless Mind, Kelson, Mike Has Bad Knees, and Revert Dre, Kelson, for holding us down on the super chats. Appreciate you. You guys are the real MVP. Keeping the channel alive and funded. I'm going to go get out of here, man, and get refreshed because we got the Twitter spaces opening up in like 20 minutes over on Twitter. So make sure you follow me at Hotep Jesus, at Hotep Goldstein, my co-host, and I'll see y'all over there, man. Be well, stay merry, tell somebody in your family that you love them, and as always, Hotep and Bill.
Envision a sanctuary where community and sustainability are the cornerstones of living. In this haven, every family is able to grow their own food, children flourish through homeschooling tailored to unlock their full potential, and education extends beyond textbooks, instilling self-worth and a deep understanding of the world around them. Here, goodwill isn't just an ideal, it's the essence of daily life, where respect for law and order harmonizes with the community's resourcefulness. This place isn't just a dream, it's a call to action for everyone who believes in a better, more connected way of living. Join us in building a future where each individual's contributions create a tapestry of enduring harmony and prosperity. Join us in Hotepistan,